Well, how do you think you did in your first action with the team? Take these sunglasses off so I can...
Me personally?
Yes.
I'd give it a B-.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't on the field long, but you know, we were doing a lot of defending, so the goal at that point is to just try to you know, see the game out, stay in a good shape, and help the back line you know, see the game out. I knew I was going to go in, and then they scored. So I was sad. I was frustrated for Brad and for our defenders who had put a really, really good shift in, and I was hoping we could get Brad his first shutout of the season. So hats off to Carlos Hill. I mean, it was a great finish. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, for me, it's more about just getting on the field and getting some first competitive minutes for the team. Felt great, even if it was a short amount of time. You know, the atmosphere in the stadium was just electric. And so to be able to step on the field and represent the club for the first time, I mean, it's great, you know? You only make your sixth debut for a new club one time. So that's what I did.
I saw that run, though.
Yeah, you know what? I still got some juice left in the legs. Doesn't happen often. I won't be making many runs like that, I don't imagine. But, you know, when the Red Sea parts, you got to take what the defense gives you. I was a little upset with Thiago that he didn't give me the ball back. You know, I was thinking, okay, if he's going to score and get me an assist in my first appearance, great. But he didn't, and so I'm thinking a little 1-2. And then I told him, if you give me the ball, I'm one-on-one with the keeper. I'm still going to try to pass it to you anyways. So that was fun.
That role, though, the veteran to come in, kind of communicate, get things going, see out the game, is one that Atlanta United has tried to have the past couple of seasons, and it hasn't worked out. Was that what Pineda asked of you when you came in?
Not that specifically. It was just to enjoy it, you know, to make sure that we keep a good shape, and to make sure that, you know, we keep things tight. I think a big emphasis for us this whole year is going to be the better we can defend, the more compact we can be, the more times we can keep goals from, you know, going into our own net, the better off we're going to be, because as you saw, our attacking players are quite dangerous, and they don't need many chances to bury a team. So that first 10-15 minutes of the second half, I mean, it was just incredible. It was fun to watch, honestly. And you know, as a player on the bench, you're itching to get in and be a part of that. So the message, I think, is very consistent. Let's use our attacking players to be a fun team to watch, to score goals, and then on the flip side of it, you know, let's concede less goals than we did last year.
On the goal allowed, Pineda talked about afterward that a couple of guys just switched off for a second, which happened on the Columbus goal.
Sure.
And we started talking after the game. How hard is it to stay switched on for 90-plus minutes in a soccer match? Is it impossible?
I don't think it's impossible, but it's very difficult, especially when you have all 11 guys who are going to, you know, try to be locked in for the entire 90 minutes. That's difficult. And then you add on to that a team with a league that has, you know, incredibly talented attacking players that are trying to not allow you, you know, to get a clean sheet. So players like that are going to make great plays, right? I'm sure New England was feeling pretty good about themselves until one of the best strikers in the league decided to take over the game. You know, that's what happens. That can happen in soccer. So it's not easy, but again, the play where they scored is a set piece. And so that's, I think, the frustrating thing is that we can absolutely be more tuned in. We can be more sharp. We can be a little bit more aware of what's going on. So a player like that doesn't get in a position to score a great goal, right? Because we all know he's a former MVP. He's got a great left foot, and you know that's what they can do if you let him get into positions like that. So I think it's a good lesson for us. The Columbus one was difficult because it came in a loss. This one, you know, we're 4-0 up, and so I think there's a tendency when you're 4-0 up to, you know, maybe take some plays off, which I'm not saying that's what we did, but yeah, there's a little bit of lack of awareness going on that our whole team can learn from that.
Dax, I wanted to ask about Bartosz. So, what have you thought of him, and how long does it take a player to adjust being in a new pivot, in a new system?
Yeah, I thought he was wonderful last game. You can see the quality that he brings. You can see the reason why the club brought him in. I thought he was everywhere in midfield. You know, sometimes when he's playing at his best, it almost feels like you have an extra guy in midfield because he can cover so much ground. He wins duels. He wins second balls. He's really clean in possession. And I think we saw, you know, against Columbus, it was a tough, you know, first game for our whole team, right? And so he grew into the game in Columbus and played well in the second half, and then I think he built off that performance and played really well for us at home. And so there's an adjustment period going on. I don't think it's going to be just straight into the team, amazing performances every week, week in, week out. I mean, let's remember, he's still a pretty young player trying to adjust to a new league. So with him, he's extremely professional. He's extremely focused. And I think he's come in and he's done really well for us. And I think he's going to only build off that performance and continue to improve.
Dax, Gonzalo's made a point that clean sheets are important to him.
Yeah.
What have y'all learned from these first 2 games that y'all can apply to get a clean sheet against Orlando?
The more compact we are, the better. Not allowing teams to penetrate down the middle, not allowing teams to essentially do to us what we want to do to them, and that's unbalance them, and that's make sure that we move them side to side until we can find gaps to exploit in the middle of the field. So it takes a lot of communication. I think that's one key point of emphasis for us this year, is that, you know, we've got so many different cultures, so many different languages, guys from all over the world. And so it's going to take a full concerted effort of every guy on the field to make sure that they're communicating at all times, because I think that was something that was an issue last year, was there's just not enough communication amongst the back line, amongst the midfield. You know, Brad's going to talk. I mean, he's not going to shut up. So the more guys we can get talking, communicating, solving issues on the field, the better off we're going to be, because that's, I think, the key to success with any good team, any good back line.
In the mid-block, I'm sorry, go ahead. In the mid-block, when y'all are set defensively, can you kind of describe the role of the pivot when y'all are pressing?
Yeah, the double pivot in the middle. Yeah, so the 2 midfielders, right, when you're playing behind a number 10 and a striker, essentially what we want to do is try to keep teams going down one side of the field. And it's not always going to be possible for the striker and the number 10 to be able to block off the opposing team's midfielders. It's just not possible, not always in their DNA to do that every time when you're asking them to score goals and to sprint and make runs going forward. So one of those 2 midfielders has to step out and be kind of that bridge between the number 10 and the number 6, right? And so it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's me, Johnny, Bartek, or Tristan. We know that when our team is pressing and we have a team going down one side of the field, one of the double pivots can be more aggressive and be more aggressive to step up, which means our number 10 can be more aggressive to step up and lock teams down one side of the field. Now, it wasn't perfect against New England. We saw some clips and video where we can do a better job, but like I said, you can only do so much against teams that have good, talented players. Rotations, movement in the midfield, teams are going to unbalance you at times, and then it's just a matter of getting back into shape as quickly as you possibly can. And if you can get behind the ball and make teams try to break you down, you're gonna be doing a pretty good job and not conceding too many chances.
Dax, you've seen Oscar Pareja's teams a good bit over the years. How would you describe what they do well and then what challenges they present on Sunday?
Yeah, they're really good in possession. I think that's one thing I've learned throughout the years with Oscar, is that, you know, he's got that South American, Colombian blood where he wants to have the ball. I see, quite honestly, a lot of the things that we try to do well, I know they try to do well as, you know, at the same time. So should be a very fun game to be a part of, should be a very tactical battle in terms of, you know, what adjustments are going to be made in the game. I think they've made some really nice additions to their team. Obviously, Muriel is a striker who's proven track record of scoring goals. Duncan McGuire has started the season off in great form. You know, their attacking players provide a lot of options for them, and it's very difficult to defend all of them. So, like I said before, I think it's about communication, right? The way that we communicate on the field, the way that we stay compact, make them go wide. You know, don't let them penetrate centrally, because that's what they want to do. They want to try to penetrate centrally. You know, to make sure they have the most direct route to goal. So I think they've started the season off in a tough run, but I know for a fact that Oscar will have them ready to go. It's a derby, it's a rivalry game. There's been some spicy affairs, I think we can call it, in the past between these 2 teams, and so you know, it should be another challenge for us.
When we saw the grill, we were debating which Atlanta United player is the grill master on the team, and my money was on you because you're in that age.
I am.
You know.
I absolutely am. But the good thing about that is that I'll only grill in the comforts of my own home with a beer in hand. You know, we're not drinking any beers out here today, so it's going to have to be someone else. You know, I'd like to see Georgios Giacomakis hop on the grill. You know, see what the Greeks are all about. I don't know what kind of meat we got over there, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see it. It's a nice day. Weather's starting to warm up a little bit, so I've definitely built up an appetite after today.
Big green egg guy or?
Not a big green egg guy. My neighbor in Nashville had a big green egg, so I just had him make me food whenever. I had a regular gas grill. Yeah, built in. You know, for me, I've learned that for me on the grill, the simpler the better. I can't really do charcoal, big green egg, getting it up to temperature. I know it's pretty easy, but for me, I turn the gas on, I throw the meat on, got a meat thermometer, and then I just see what happens.
There you go. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dax. Try to get you over.
What have you learned in these first 2 games?
It's a difficult, tricky one, huh? Nah, the first game, like we learned that we had to do better, you know. We had to do better, focus like in some important aspects, but like on us, no, like on the opponent, you know. And yeah, that's what we did for the second game. We focused more on us. For sure, we can do much better. We can do much better, and we're just warming up. And yeah, we focus on us, and we did what the coach say. And yeah, that's why we keep going. And as I said, we can do better, and we're gonna do much better. We're just warming up.
Defensively, what improvements have you seen from compared to last season?
Oh, we're more solid. Okay. Of course, more solid. As I said before, I think if we defend good, we attack better. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to defend good, to try to score more goals and try to be more efficient.
How has the work for you and Saba defensively kind of changed this year, if at all?
Of course, we're working for the team. We have to work for the team. If we want to win the title, end of the season, we need to work for the team. And we're not worried about if we attack, if we don't attack. We just worry about not to concede goals. Because if we don't concede goals, we don't lose. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
Feels like one thing that has definitely improved this year with Caleb playing more at left back and the timing with you and him and his runs forward. That's something that has just come with chemistry between the two of you?
Yeah, as I said, it's the beginning, you know, like from now, the teams, they're going to be more close. They're trying to defend more, you know. At some point of the season, we're going to have like more space to attack, so everything's going to change.
How is it playing with some of the newer players, with Bartosz, with Stiana, with Derek? What do they bring to the team? Yeah,
they have too much quality, and I think they help us like to be more solid. So yeah, it's always good to have like players like them.
When you say solid, you're referring to the shape, just maintaining the shape and staying compact. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about the history between Atlanta and Orlando going into this
No, never. No.
You haven't seen any of the history?
No.
Okay.
You know it's a rivalry?
Yeah, I heard there's a rivalry, but I don't know why.
Well, neither do we.
It's yeah.
I don't know why.
It's kind of contrived.
Yeah.
Bringing the Spider-Man mask?
There's been some good,
Bringing the
matches.
Spider-Man mask?
Yeah, new one. Next one.
So, odd question. You and Tristan, I think, sponsored a grill out for the team last week.
Sorry?
Is that right? You and Tristan sponsored kind of a grill.
Yeah.
What was on the grill? What did you throw on there, or have thrown on there?
Everything, a little bit of everything, like chicken, picanha, everything, a little bit of everything. We're gonna have another one today. So yeah.